Picture a world painted in dazzling hues, where every street bursts with joy, music fills the air, and people from all walks of life come together to celebrate. This is Holi, the festival of colors, a celebration that goes beyond fun, carrying deep historical, mythological, and spiritual meaning. The origin of Holi. It's the time of the year when everyone is drenched in color, laughing, dancing, and spreading cheer all around. Yes, guys, it's almost time for Holi, the festival of colors. But have you ever wondered why we celebrate Holi? Why do we smear colors on each other? What's the real meaning behind the legend of Holika and Prahlada? And what are some of the most exciting Holi traditions from around the country? Well, grab some gulal, dip your toes in some fagwa, because we're taking you through the legend, the colors, and everything in between that make this festival so special. So let's start with the origin of Holi itself. Did you know that Holi is celebrated at different times every year? That's because it follows the Hindu lunar calendar. So depending on when the full moon occurs, the date of Holi changes accordingly. This year, Holi begins on March 14th, with the bonfire ritual called Holika Dahan, taking place the night before on March 13th. And speaking of rituals, let's jump right into one of Holi's most powerful legends. Once upon a time, there lived an arrogant king named Hiranyakashipu. Now, Hiranyakashipu ruled over the kingdom of Mathura, which happens to be the birthplace of Lord Krishna. But despite living in the land of Lord Vishnu, the king had turned away from devotion and instead chose a life of sin. He demanded that he be worshipped as God and not Lord Vishnu. Enraged by his subjects' refusal, he unleashed terror upon them. Now the king had a son named Prahlada, who, unlike his father, remained steadfast in his devotion to Lord Vishnu. This made King Hiranyakashipu furious. And one day, in a fit of rage, he decided to put Prahlada to a test that would determine his loyalty once and for all. He summoned his sister Holika, who happened to be immune to fire. The king instructed Holika to sit in a blazing pyre with Prahlada, and as she was immune to fire, she would survive the ordeal, while Prahlada, unable to withstand the heat, would surely perish. If he proved disobedient, Holika was to save him by shielding him with her body. However, things didn't quite go according to plan. Despite King Hiranyakashipu's evil scheme, Prahlada continued chanting the name of Lord Vishnu. And in a miraculous turn of events, Lord Vishnu appeared before them. He rescued Prahlada by placing him on the other side of Holika, saving him from the flames. But alas, poor Holika couldn't escape her fate. She burned to death, leaving behind the charred remnants of her body. This is where our colorful tale takes a turn. You see, Prahlada wasn't just any ordinary man. He was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu loved him very much. So when Prahlada emerged from the pyre unharmed, the people rejoiced. They saw this as a clear victory of good over evil. And since then, every year on the eve of Holi, we light bonfires to commemorate this epic tale. And if you think the story ends there, well, you'd be wrong. Legend also has it that after King Hiranyakashipu realized the power of bhakti, or devotion, he tried to repent. He asked for forgiveness from Prahlada and Lord Vishnu, and eventually he too achieved salvation. Talk about a happy ending. The explosion of colors. Now let's move on to the part you've all been waiting for, the explosion of colors. Have you ever wondered why we smear colors on each other during Holi? The answer lies in another legend, this time involving Lord Krishna and his beloved Radha. You see, Krishna was known for his playful nature, but he had a secret worry that plagued his heart. Despite being the most handsome of the gopas, or cowherd boys, Krishna was complex about his dark complexion. This might seem strange to us now, but remember, this was ancient India, where fair skin was often associated with beauty and being close to God. And Krishna, with his dark skin, felt he didn't measure up to the standards of beauty. As the great Lord Krishna worried that Radha might reject him because of his dark skin, so he decided to change that. On the day of Holi, Krishna went to Radha's house and playfully smeared colors on her face. At first, she was taken aback, but seeing it was Krishna, she couldn't help but laugh and join in on the fun, where people forget their worries and embrace the joy of being alive. Now, you might be wondering, why do we use gula, or colored powder, to smear on each other? Well, that's because it's easier to carry and throw into the air. Plus, it adds a magical touch to the celebrations. Just imagine the vibrant hues of red, blue, and green painting the sky as you throw gulal into the air. It's truly a sight to behold. And if you're thinking, what's with all the water balloons and water guns? Well, that's part of the fun too. It's a chance to cool off in the hot sun and add some extra splashes of water to the color play. Just don't get drenched because you don't want to wash away all those beautiful colors, do you? The colors of celebration. Now that we know the legend behind the colors, let's take a closer look at each hue and its hidden meaning. Red is often associated with love, courage, fertility, and prosperity. It symbolizes the arrival of spring and the blossoming of new life. Green represents nature, Islam, ecology, and the freshness of new beginnings. Blue signifies divinity, freedom, the sky, or the ocean, and the vastness of the universe. Yellow means wealth, justice, happiness, and the radiance of the sun. And white stands for peace, unity, equality, and the purity of the soul. Together, these colors create a beautiful harmony, reminding us of the importance of embracing diversity and celebrating life in all its vibrancy. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that different communities have different color choices? Some prefer white as the main color, while others opt for red or green. And in some regions, the colors change as the festival progresses. For example, in parts of Rajasthan, people start with yellow and end with blue. Isn't that amazing? Regional variations. That's not all. Each region adds its unique flavor to the celebrations. In Barsana and Nangon, for instance, Holi is known as Lathmer Holi, or the stick-wielding festival. Here, women playfully chase men with sticks, symbolizing Radha's affection for Krishna. In West Bengal, Holi is celebrated as Besant Utsav, a joyous occasion filled with music, dance, and cultural performances. In Maharashtra, the festivities extend for days with Rang Panchami, marking the final day of color celebrations. And in South India, Holi is often celebrated with traditional dance forms and vibrant Rangoli designs. No matter where you are in the country, though, the spirit of Holi remains the same: celebration of life, love, and the triumph of good over evil. Beyond the colors, and while Holi is all about colors, it's also about so much more. It's a festival that brings people together, breaking down the barriers of caste, religion, and social status. It's a time for forgiveness, forgetting past grudges and starting anew. During Holi, everyone is equal. Everyone is united in the joy of celebration. Imagine the scene. Friends and families coming together, embracing each other with open arms, laughing and playing. Children run around with glee, their faces painted with innocence and joy. The elderly bless them with smiles, their eyes twinkling with nostalgia and happiness. The young and the old come together, creating a tapestry of shared joy. As the sun sets, the colors fade away, leaving behind a sense of renewal and hope. The air is filled with the aroma of traditional sweets and the sound of laughter and chatter. Families gather together, sharing delicious treats and exchanging sweets. There's a sense of community, of belonging that fills the air. It's a time for giving, for sharing, and for creating lasting memories. And let's not forget the food. Oh, the food. During Holi, traditional sweets like gujiya take center stage. These crispy dumplings filled with sweet koya are a true delight. And let's not forget thandai, the cooling drink often infused with bang, adding a touch of euphoria to the celebrations. As we sip on thandai and dig into gujiya, we feel the true essence of Holi, a celebration of life, love, and togetherness. Let's spread the colors of love, laughter, and joy. Let's make this Holi a reminder to cherish the beauty of life and the power of togetherness. Happy Holi.